forecast. Here's KATC Chief Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, the heat stays on. The humidity, not too bad, but it's not that good even when you're at 94 or 95 degrees. That's where we were today. More of the same next couple of days, although we could see a slightly better chance of an afternoon shower or storm. Meanwhile, as we head toward that peak of hurricane season, it looks like things are beginning to peak out in the Atlantic Basin. More on that in just a bit. First off, though, let's take a look at that upper level pattern as we have a weak ridge of high pressure that is centered over the Golden Triangle area of Texas, southeastern Texas, another big ridge over in the western states, and a little bit of an upper level trough that helped bring down that frontal boundary and help dry us out and return northerly winds, not only at the surface but aloft, as you see right here on this map. Now, we do have a little bit of a disturbance coming through portions of the Midwest, mid-Mississippi River Valley. That could enhance our chance of a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow, but right now can't go much higher than 20% on your rain chances. And today, not much going on. The only action was down toward Terrebonne Parish and then points to the east with some scattered storms into the coastal marshes. But outside of that, relatively quiet. Some storms down by Corpus Christi in South Texas. And as we open it on up into the tropics, we have a major hurricane out here in the eastern Pacific. This is Genevieve. This is going to be moving generally to the northwest and probably staying offshore Baja California, but tropical watches and warnings are going to be posted here. Elsewhere, the Caribbean and the Gulf pretty quiet with the exception of the eastern Caribbean and the mid-tropical Atlantic. And by the way, there's another good-looking one. Let's just pull this over right here. Another good-looking wave coming off the African coastline in the next few days. So it is that time of year. Now, the one system that we have here in the eastern portions of the Caribbean not looking organized. It's moving quickly, so it's not going to develop anytime soon. And it's looking pretty dubious right now, but it could develop down the line. And then we have this one system that we've been waiting on some additional moisture to kind of wrap in. But if you look closely, you can kind of see some circulation going right on here just south and east of that main convective burst. So I think this is pretty close to a depression or a tropical storm and something that we'll be keeping an eye on. Both disturbances are expected to develop, however, and both could threaten portions of the Gulf of Mexico, where way too early to tell, and in what kind of form, way too early to tell as well. But the Hurricane Center giving this one a 70% chance of developing, especially as it gets into the northwestern Caribbean and then heads toward the Gulf of Mexico, maybe southern Gulf, maybe Texas. We'll have to wait and see. And the other system, Hurricane Center, giving a 90% chance of development. They're going to update this in the next half hour, 45 minutes. Be interesting to see if they go for maybe upgrading the system or just hold off a little while longer till later on tonight or for tomorrow. But here's looking at the European model, and it picks up on both systems, but really doesn't develop either system. But the bottom line, you see that tropical moisture heading for the Gulf of Mexico, possibly impacting our part of the world going into the early and middle part of next week. And by the way, there's that African system showing up out here as well. And here's the GFS model, the later model run of the GFS, kind of keeping both systems separate here for now, bringing one maybe as a depression or tropical storm, and the other one maybe as a depression tropical storm. One western Gulf, one eastern Gulf impacting Florida. But the bottom line, we're going to have to raise our rain chances, and it's still way too early to tell. But by the way, both of these systems do have some hurricane potential, so we're going to have to watch it very closely, and maybe one of them becomes a big one. We'll wait and see. Tomorrow, though, nice and quiet across the area, and then just a few isolated afternoon showers or storms, and we do it all over again on Thursday with mostly sunny skies persisting and a few afternoon showers or thunder showers going into Thursday as well. So 72 the low tonight, relatively agreeable temperatures when the normal 75, and this summer it's been mostly mid to upper 70s for Acadiana. 94 the high again tomorrow with that slight chance of an afternoon shower or storm, up to about 20%. It's been 5% last couple of days, so a whopping 20% through Saturday. And then here we go Sunday into next week. We're going to be raising the rain chances for that tropical moisture and watching for two potential Gulf systems and their impacts, and too early to tell on who's going to get it, but there's going to be some action in the Gulf as we go into next week.